Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Now, as you come forward to a plank, notice if you have to move your feet back. Your down dog's too short. Keep your feet a little wider. That way, through the vinyasa, you don't have to walk your feet forward and back. Go back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. If you don't want assist today or you don't want any lotions, just raise a leg and down dog split. Thank you. Inhale, you can exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knees and slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Keep the hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. If the hands are lifting up, put a few blocks underneath your hands. You can use 1 block. You can use 2 blocks. You can use 4 blocks. I'm generous. Don't worry. All right? But you want to press down as much in your hands as you press down in your feet. So your hands and your feet are the connection to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Let the back of your head be heavy. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat. And your heels will be on the mat, your toes will be on the floor. Come down to a squat. And bring the hands together in prayer. And as you're squatting, if you find that you're really lifting your hips up, set on a block. Just take that block and set right down on it. And then bring the hands together in prayer. Press out with the forearm, squeeze in with the knees. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. How are you, Jen? Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then just put your hands on the floor. Come sit down. And extend your legs straight out in front of you. Then bend your knees. Look at where your knees are. Put your heels where your knees were. Feet together, knees together, big toes touching. Feet are going to be flat on the floor. Wrap your left arm around your shins. Knees and feet are going to come together. Wrap your left arm around your shins. Take your right hand behind your right hip, twisting over to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Bring your right hand a little closer to your hip than toward the wall behind you. And here again, get those knees to squeeze together. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, come back to center. Wrap your right arm around the shin. Squeeze your legs together. Take your left hand behind your left hip, twisting over to the left this time. Inhale. Exhale, left finger's pointing toward the wall behind you. So that opens up the shoulder a little bit. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, come back to center. And exhale, extend both your legs out in front of you. Inhale, bend your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. Then flex your left foot, dorsal flex your left foot. Pull your left toes back towards you. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your left ear. Then exhale, bring your left arm on the outside of your right thigh. Bring your right hand in line with your sacrum. So a little deeper twist here, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, keep pulling your left toes back. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, extend your right leg. And then inhale, bend your left knee, left foot on the outside of your right knee. Dorsal flex your right foot. So activate your post-anterior chain of your right leg. Lift your right arm up alongside your right ear. Twist over to the left. Bring your left hand behind you. Keep pulling your right toes back. Feel what that feels like in your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Darshan, step your foot over. Exhale, 4. Yeah, there you go. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, extend your left leg. Inhale, bend both your knees. Put your heels where your knees were. The feet are hips width distance apart, about the measurement of 2 fists. Then take your hands behind you about 6 to 8 inches with your fingers pointing toward the center of the room. Then bring your chin into your chest. On your inhale, lift your hips up into tabletop. Then exhale, let your head go back, look at the wall behind you, or bring your cranial in line with your sacral. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Press your toes down. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Squeeze a little bit at the glute. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, gently come down and cross your right ankle over the left. Roll over onto your shins and come onto your hands and knees like as if you flip that table upside down. Bring your feet against the wall behind you. So since we're at the wall, we're going to practice an L-shaped handstand. So the deal is you want to come into a 90-degree angle. So the measurement here is very important. You want your hips and your knees in line with each other. You want your feet flat on the wall. You want your wrist underneath your shoulders. Now, lift your knees up, coming into a short down dog. Okay? Now you get to do the short down dog thing. Now, look at the wall behind you. Step your right foot onto the wall and see your right big toe. Don't go any higher than your vision. Then step your left foot next to the right and extend your legs. Push your heels into the wall and bring your chin into your chest and look back at your thighs. Now, stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Try to straighten your legs. Exhale, 2. Inhale, go help him. Exhale, 3, bring his chin into his chest. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5. Now listen, inhale, lift your right leg into the air and dorsal flex your right foot. So instead of pointing your big toe toward the ceiling, pull your toe back and close your hip, just like you did in the seated spinal twist. Exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5. Put that foot on the wall. Lift your other leg up into the air. And dorsal flex that foot. Don't point it, but dorsal flex it. Close your hip. You'll find out why later. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Bring your chin into your chest. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Come back into it. Inhale. So the assist for you is here. Exhale, 4, get his chin into his chest. Straighten your legs, straighten your legs, straighten your legs, straighten your legs. Exhale, 5. If you're standing this side, you're not getting him in the alignment. You got to put your knee in his thigh, head back. Put your hand, come down and rest. All right. How was that? Ooh. All right. So, closed hip, open hip. right? Hips. Hips deal with, hip openers, understanding hips deal with the Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra. And it's kind of hard. A lot of times we think of hip openers as always like just opening the hips up, like everything's an outward rotation. Sometimes not. Sometimes hip openers can be about closing the hip and then opening the hip, right? So we're going to look at a little closing of the hip and opening of the hip today. What's the difference in opening the hip and closing the hip? But we're going to chant the bija mantras for the chakras. Do you know what a chakra is? Maybe? No, it's okay. Chakras are energy vortexes or wheels in your body. They're in the subtle body, not the physical body. They're on the astral plane. And if you went to your doctor and you asked him about your chakras, he'd laugh in your face. It's a yoga idea. You also find it in Chinese medicine and other forms of spiritual healing, but they may not use the same words for it, right? There's 7 major ones, but some Upanishads or early texts say there's 114. For those of you kind of trying to figure out where the others are, if you ever think about a spiritual healer who uses their hands, there's one in each of the center of your palm. Those are one of the minor chakras. And that's why things like Reiki uses hands. So the first chakra is at the base of your spine. It's the Muladhara chakra. Its color is red. And it is associated with your family, your ability to make money, your home, like where you live. Are you secure with those things? Are you insecure with those things? They give you stability. They give you a base. And the bija mantra for that chakra is Lam, L-A-M. And I'm going to chant the mantra all the way through, and the melody, all of them are going to be chanted in the same melody. And then we'll do them all one right after another. So it goes lam 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 la la 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 lam lam. Your turn. Lam 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 la la 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 lam lam. Moving up from the Muladhara chakra is the Swadhisthana chakra. It's about 2 inches below your belly button, or about 2 fingers width from your belly button on your spine. And the color there is orange. And this deals with sexuality, partnerships, creative endeavors. This is hip openers, forward folds. That's the asanas it deals with. And the bija mantra there is Vam, V-A-M. So chant Vam. Vam, 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 Vam. Vam, 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 Vam. Va, va, Vam, va, va, Vam, va, va, Vam, va, va, Vam. Va, va, Vam, va, va, Vam. Va, va, Vam, va, va, Vam. Vam. Now moving up from there, you move up into the Manipura chakra. The Manipura chakra deals with our ego. It is how we project ourselves into the world through the ego. Its color is yellow. It deals with twisting. Twisting deals with the Manipura chakra. And it also deals with digestion. So the bija mantra there is Ram. Chant Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ra ra ram 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 ram. Moving up from there, you come to the heart center, the Anahata chakra. The color is green. And this is the spiritual center of the body. It's the beginning of moving out of the me, myself, and I, and into a spiritual realm. The Anahata chakra deals with unconditional love and compassion towards others. And backbending is the asanas it's related to. Heart openers. And so the bija mantra there is Yam, Y-A-M, chant Yam. Yam, 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 yam. Yam, 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 yam. Ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam. Ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam. Ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam. Yam. Moving up from the heart center, we move to the base of the throat. The Vishuddha chakra. The Vishuddha chakra is that awakening of seeking out a spiritual answer. It starts with the question, who am I? It is related to speech, but it also is asking that first spiritual question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I the mind? Why do I have this body? Why do I have this mind? So it allows you to start to become the seeker of truth, not of changing reality, but unchanging reality. The color there is like the color of the ocean in the Caribbean, and the asanas that relate to it are shoulder stands, and the bija mantra is hum, H-A-M. Chant hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Ha ha hum, ha ha hum, ha ha hum, ha ha hum. Ha ha hum, ha ha hum, ha ha hum, ha ha hum, hum. Now moving up from there, when you start to become a seeker of truth, and you see the truth, you become the seer of truth. So you move up to the Anjane chakra, which is called the third eye sometimes, or command central. And there the color is indigo, and this deals with cosmic consciousness, an awakening on a spiritual level. The third eye becomes open. The asana for this is child seat, resting your forehead on the floor. And the bija mantra here is Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Oh, oh, Om, 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 Om. Once the third eye is open and you see the truth, you realize the truth, which the energy then moves up to the crown of the head, to the Sahasrara chakra. And at the Sahasrara chakra, it's said to be like 1,000-petal lotus at the top of the head that's radiating pure white light. And this is God realization, the understanding of the oneness of being, the idea that Tatwam Asi, I am that. And it's just one long Om. And the asana for that is headstands. So let's chant all these together. And I chant them like this when I chant them together. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Your turn. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Now just allow that vibration to sit within you and see if you can feel any subtle shifts by chanting those bija mantras, those seed mantras. Inhale deeply, fill up the lungs completely. Exhale everything out. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start with a round of Kapalabhati, making short exhales on my clap. The inhales are happening, but they're passive. You're heating up the body. You're also waking up this dormant energy at the base of the spine called Kundalini. And it is Kundalini that travels through the chakras, that pierces each one of these chakras through Sushumna Nadi and opens up the body energetically. Start to slow down the Kapalabhati and exhale everything out. Engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Why? That keeps Kundalini awake. You're going to keep that engaged the whole practice. Now, reconnect to your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Keep that breath going even if I'm not counting inhales or exhales. Come and stand up at the front of your mat into Tadasana mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Gazes at the horizon. And as you come to the front of your mat, take the hands together in undulating mudra and set a higher intention for the practice today. Maybe the practice of yoga. Achieving yoga. My teacher Sharon Gannon used to say, yoga is the highest intention that you can set for your practice. So set your intention today for yoga. That reunification with the lower self to the higher self. And then exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer. Extend the arms, Urdhva reaching up. Exhale, fold over straight legs, Uttanasana. Press palms into floor blocks. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. I don't want to do that. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, extend arms, Urdhva. Exhale, folding over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, bend your knees a little. Exhale, 3. Now push your chest back. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the straight legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana Mountain Seat. With straight legs, inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist straight. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step the right foot back into a lunge and look at the wall in front of you. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Inhale, come forward to a plank, look at the wall in front of you. Exhale, chaturanga, look at the wall in front of you. Inhale, upward facing dog, look at the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog, look at the navel. Inhale, come forward to a plank, look at the wall in front of you. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor, look at the tip of the nose. Inhale, slide forward, cobra, look at the tip of the nose. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back onto the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, look at the wall in front of you. Exhale, left foot meets right, fold, look at the shins. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten the legs, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, place hands down next to feet, step the left foot back, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, look at navel. Inhale, plank, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, lifting the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step the left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana Mountain Seat. Good. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, place the hands on the earth and extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, stay. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, left hip moves forward. Inhale. Exhale, back foot turned in a little at an angle. Inhale, so that way. Turn that foot toward that corner of the mat. Exhale, 4, good. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, bring your hands back down to the earth, step back to a plank. Then exhale, look forward, lower the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, look at the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, turn your right heel down at an angle, moving up. Come up, warrior 1. Notice how the hip is closed. Come up, come up. Don't wait all day. It's perfect where my foot is. I'm standing on where I want it. Inhale. Exhale, now press your palms together. Now move this foot up without moving the back foot. Exhale, 2. Soften through your shoulders and elbows. Now bend, bend, bend. Exhale, 3. There you go. Inhale, push through the back right here. Exhale, 4. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, bring your hands back down to the earth. Step back to a plank. Look forward. Don't look down. Then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Look at the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's do that a little faster. On your inhale, step your right foot forward. Left heel down, rise up. Warrior 1. 1 breath. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. 1 breath, exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Know if you're throwing that back foot in the back. On your inhale, left foot forward, right foot turns down at an angle. Warrior 1, not out to the side. Exhale, come down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past your hands. Inhale, jump, step your feet in between your hands. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, aqua chair seat. Exhale, come stand up to Dasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, aqua chair. Then exhale, put your hands on the earth, extend your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, turn the left heel down, come up at an angle in this back foot. So notice how that's two parallel to the back edge. Why do you want to do this? Okay, on your inhale, straighten your right leg, everybody. Straighten your right leg. I want to talk about this warrior one thing, okay? So imagine, just take your hands to your hips for a moment. Imagine, and we're talking about hips today, right? So imagine that I am in a battle, right? And the people who I'm fighting are in front of me. And I'm just going to use a real warrior as an example. My energy would probably be facing that being that I'm going to have to go into battle with. I would not start to turn the back foot out as much as possible, because that would suggest that I'm like either going to advance and retreat at the same time, right? So your back foot in warrior one is actually kind of turned in at an angle. You see how my foot is angled? So that my hips can actually kind of square off, so it would be the next step would be there, right? It's just an energetic making logical sense, right? And I know that other places they teach warrior one with foot turned out. But if you think about what the name is, Viridrasana, he's advancing. He's not retreating. So think about what your back foot is doing, because your back foot is as important as your front foot. So check your back foot out. Make sure your back foot's turned up toward the front corner of your mat. So your left big toe should be pointing a little bit more like toward right here, Jen. A little bit more toward here. You might have to shift around a little bit to get that to happen. Now bring your hands to your hips. Bend your right knee. As you bend your right knee, pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Now take your thumbs into your armpits and kind of lift your chest up like you're a little puffed up. Yeah, but bend that right knee more. Be more generous with that bend. Then extend your arms out in front of you. Straight up. Then bring your hands together. Roll your shoulders down and back and lift your arms up, but keep your arms an extension of a heart. Now here's something I'm going to tell you about art. In all art, when armies are being painted and their joust, their swords, or their any kind of weapon is in this angle, they're traveling. That's what it means. So whenever you look at Renaissance paintings, that's what it means. Exhale, open the arms and hips, warrior two. Now when the weapon is parallel to the floor, they're attacking. Inhale, extend your right leg and reach forward to the right hand on right shin, lift the left arm up, gaze at the left thumb, triangle trikonasana. So these metaphors have been lost, but that's what all this means. Inhale, exhale one. Inhale, try to extend through your right quadricep. Exhale through 4. Inhale, exhale 5. On your inhale, lift all the way up to a stand. Then exhale, bend your right knee, warrior two, and stay there. Now, as you bend your right knee, track your knee down the center of your foot. Back foot still turn up just a little bit. Because here again, like I said, you're not retreating, you're advancing. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. On your inhale, extend your right leg 1 breath. Then exhale, rebend your right knee. Put your right hand outside your right foot on the block or the floor, but just don't collapse in on your inner left thigh. Push through the back of your left foot. That left leg's turned in a little bit at an angle. The inward rotation of your left thigh. Inhale. Exhale 1. If we're talking about hips and thighs, what is my hips and thighs doing here? Inhale, because there's a hip opener happening. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Soften your shoulder. Inhale. There you go. Exhale 4. Now look right here. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. On your inhale, gently place your left hand down and just step back to downward facing dog. All right. All right, so I'm not going to go over warrior one on this side. I want you now just to consciously put together everything I said and step forward into it with your back foot where it's supposed to be. On your inhale, step your left foot forward, right heel turn down at an angle, come up warrior one. Hips are going to close off, arms are extended, palms are pressing together. Here again, I'm not leading with my head, I'm leading forward. Yeah, look at there. I would be impressed with that, army. Then open the arms and hips warrior two. Then extend your left leg, reach forward toward the center of the room, place your left hand on left shin. Right arm's going to lift up, triangle trikonasa. And here again, pull the energy up from the left big toe all the way up through the left quadricep. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on your inhale, lift all the way up to a stand. Then exhale, bend your left knee, warrior 2. Here again, you're going to, hips are over your shoulders. Stay in warrior 2. Look at the army in front of you. Move forward a little bit with that back front foot. Be more generous. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Knee over ankle. So you can stand to bring this foot forward a little bit. Exhale, 4. See here, you're still over you want to be over. So that means your stance is too short if your knee's over here. You want it right here. Exhale, 5. Good. On your inhale, extend. Then exhale, rebend the left knee. Left hand outside the left foot. On the floor, a block. Then inhale, right arm toward the center of the room, looking into your right palm. And as you do that, see if you can lift a little bit up on your inner right thigh and push through the back of your right foot. You're not collapsing down into your hips. Inhale. You're an angle. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. And yes, I have an exploration written about sacred geometry and asana. Exhale, 4. You're going to love that one. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, gently place your right hand down. And exhale, step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands. Inhale, step or jump your feet in between your hands. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, come stand up to Dasana, mountain seat. Okay, everybody, grab your 2 blocks and come back to the wall. Okay? All right. Now, I want you to put 1 block on the highest setting. The other block, we'll come back to that in a minute. And we're going to start with the right side. So I'm going to put my block over here, and I'm going to step my right foot in front of the block. My left heel is going to come back to the wall. So I'm going to be flat against the wall, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the right knee. I'm going to grab the block. I'm going to take my left hand to my left hip. I'm going to move this block forward, one of my arms length, and I'm going to start to lift my left foot off the floor. And I'm going to stack my hips. And I'm going to reach my left arm up. And I'm going to experience half moon. Then to come out of it, I'm going to lift up. And I'm going to switch sides. And I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to have my hand underneath the shoulder. My back is on the wall. My right shoulder is in the wall. My hip is on the wall. Okay, so everybody try that first. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to feel these at the wall. Then we're going to put these into a vinyasa. So start with your right foot against the block. Your left heel is on the wall. So right foot up against your block, Jen. There, and now bring your left heel back against the wall. So you're just like in a warrior. So just do it slowly. Do it slowly. So step this foot here. Now step this foot way back and get that against the heel, like you're like in warrior one. Okay? Then move your block forward. Then lift up, and then lift your arm up. Good. Good. And then think about what your left foot is doing. Point your left toes toward me in the center of the room. Don't point your toes away from you. Why? Because that's going to open up your hip. So you're going to dorsal flex your foot. All right, good. Now switch sides. Come up, and then switch over to the other side. Oh. Right? So step your foot back, step that other foot back. Now reach down, grab your block, bend your knee, move it forward one of your arms length, then start to lift up, and then bring this arm up here, hip on the wall, look up at this hand, good. Dorsal flex your back foot, look at there, beautiful everybody. Now come down. Okay, so that is a chandrasana, or a half moon. Everybody loves half moon, right? Everybody loves it. Now, you remember when we did that L-shaped handstand at the wall, right? And the warm-up, the L-shape, the 90-degree angle. We're going to take that 90-degree angle, and you're going to flip it around. So I'm going to have to measure a little bit here. I'm going to have to figure out where the best place is for my left foot to be against the wall, my hands underneath the shoulders, and my right ankle underneath the hip. Is my left foot pointing out or in? Down. Down. Okay, that's what I want. All right, I'm going to come onto my fingertips. I'm going to reach the arms back. Warrior three. This is actually a decapitated head. That's what that represents. I know it's a little gruesome, but rotated half moon. My left hand comes down. My right arm reaches up. I don't open my hip. Then the hand comes down, and I'm going to switch sides. All right? Foot on the wall. I reach back. I feel the hip not open. And there is your rotated half moon in warrior three. So everybody do that real quick. And then Johanna is going to teach us a vinyasa, putting all this together. So step your foot, right foot forward, then put your left foot on the wall. Your left leg's going to be straight. If your left, you don't want to lift your toe up. Your foot, one foot's going to be flat. So step this right foot forward, and this left foot. So you're still lifting up. I want that foot flat. You're not on your head. This isn't in a high heel. You're too short right now. So step this forward up a little bit more. About right there. Now put this left foot on the wall. Good. There is your measurement. Now come onto your face. No. That one's going to stay down. I didn't lift that up. Then lift your hands up. So notice that we didn't do that. We went the other way. You're going to keep this, keep it here. Keep this foot here. Flat. Now lift this arm up. Rotated half moon. Opposite way. There you go. So on that hand, you don't have to move that hand. That hand can stay there. Yeah. And then that way cranial and sacral stay aligned. Then switch your sides. Put your left foot on the floor. Step your right foot onto the wall. Your right leg is going to be extended. It's not going to be bent. Come up onto your fingertips. Experience warrior three. Closed hip. Closed hip. And then you will open up your chest to the left this time. Yep. All right. And then come off the wall. So it's the wall informs you of a lot of stuff, right? It tells you a lot, right? So come back to the front of your mat into Tadasana, mountain seat, okay? You can bring your blocks with you. I would say bring your blocks with you and bring your blocks up to the front because you're going to probably need your blocks for this sequence. I'm going to get you back into downward dog. On your inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Then exhale, put your hands on the floor, extend your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog.
In your inhale, bring your right foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, Warrior 2. Your inhale, extend your right knee. Exhale, bend your right knee, right hand outside of your right foot on the block. And your left arm up. Exhale, bring your left arm down on the block. Please use the block. In your inhale, you're gonna lift your left leg up. Your left arm up for half. Left arm up. Right.
What you need is you close your hip, now you're asking to open their hip. So, down dog, step your right foot forward, turn your left heel down, go for your 1. Then open the arms into your 2. And then extend your right leg. Extend your right knee, right hand on your block outside your leg. And now bring your left hand to your left hip. Keep your left hip open. Look down at your right hand. Right hand is in the block.
Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. You inhale, bring your left hand down. Drop your left hip and your foot, your left toes are looking down. In your inhale, bring your right arm up for rotated half moon. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. You inhale, bring your right hand down. In your exhale, drop your head down. Your left foot still up. Drop your fall forward. Drop your head down for a standing split. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. In your inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, shift your weight on your right side. In your inhale, drop your left leg back for lunge. Exhale, go back to downward dog. Your inhale, bring your left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms and hips for Warrior 2. You inhale, bring your left hand down and your right arm on your right hip. You inhale, you're gonna bring your left arm forward and lift your right leg up for half moon. Inhale, exhale 1. Lift your right arm up. Exhale, inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. You inhale, bring your left arm down. Drop your right hand down, Drop your right hip and your right toes are looking down. You inhale, left your left arm up for rotated half moon. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Bring your hand down. You inhale, lift your head, chest, and drop. And you exhale, drop your head down for standing split. 5 breath. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. When you inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, bend your left knee and bring weight over that left knee. You exhale, you inhale, bring your right leg back for lunge. Exhale, go back to downward dog.
On your inhale, come forward. forward to a plank. Bring your big toes in touch. Exhale onto the right hand outside of the right foot. Lift your left arm up in the air. Dorsal flex your feet. Find the balance, same kind of balance you've been dealing with. Closing the hip, stacking the hips. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Gently come out to a plank. Exhale onto the left hand outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Gently come out to a plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands. Inhale, shoot your legs through your hands. Come and sit down, extending your legs out in front of you. Good for you. Flex your feet, lift your head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. So hips, like I said, like all these hip openers and figuring out what the hips are doing, all associated with the Swadhisthana chakra. And when we talk about hip openers are very, very complicated. They could deal with learning to close the hip, to open the hip. They could deal with learning to engage the hip and the post-anterior chain to find strength in the body so that the body is not weak. There you go. Now extend your legs. Straighten your legs. There you go. So strength building in the legs even deals with all of this Swadhisthana energy. And now it's all water energy. It's so funny that like now that we're going into forward folds, now the music changes to water music. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, hands by the hips, Dandasana staff seat. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Exhale, open up the right knee. Place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Then twist the torso over the left leg. And exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the left foot. Janu Shirshasana. Head knee seat. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest up. As you lift your right knee up, place your right foot flat on the floor. Now, move your right foot over to the right just a little bit so the heel is in line with the hip flexor. Then lift your right arm up alongside your right ear. Then reach forward, bring your right shoulder in front of your right shin. Then wrap your right arm around your right shin, bring your left hand behind you, coming into a bind. Now, if the bind isn't available to you, use a belt. A belt is always nice here. And then once you have the bind, pull your left toes back and lift your head and chest. And exhale, fold forward over your left leg again. Yeah, keep pulling your toes back. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Marchandrasana A. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Release your bind. Step your right foot over your left leg. Step over. Then bend your left knee and bring your left heel to the outside of your right hip. And then sit straight down so you're not sitting on your left heel. On your inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your left ear, and then exhale, twist over to the right, bring your right hand behind you, look over your right shoulder. Adva Matsyendrasana. You can't always keep the right leg extended if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. So notice that when you do your hand like this, inward rotation of shoulder, external rotation. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back to center. And then move your left shin forward. Open up your right knee. Place your right shin on your left shin. Ankle to knee. Yeah. Dorsal flex the feet. Lift the head and chest. And so here you want your foot off your knee. That's important. It's kind of hanging off the edge of your left thigh. That's what's happening. Then dorsal flex your feet so they don't like overstretch the ligaments of your knees. So pull your toes toward each other. Then exhale, fold forward, walk your hands out in front of you. Breathe into that hip. And it's in the back of your hip now. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good, everybody. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up as you lift your knees up. And exhale, extend your legs out in front of you. On your inhale, bend your left knee into your chest. Open up your left knee, left foot on inside of right thigh. Then twist the torso over the right leg this time. And exhale, fold forward. Janu Shirshasana on the right. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up as you lift your left knee up. Place your left foot flat on the floor. Then move your left foot over to the left just a little bit. Step it over here a little bit. Then lift your left arm up alongside your left ear. Now reach forward toward the harmonium. Then wrap your left arm in front of your left shin. And bring your right hand behind you. If you can't reach your hands, use a belt. Dorsal flex your right foot. Lift your head and chest. And then try to put your forehead right here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest up. Now you get to just step your left foot over your right leg. Bend your right knee and bring your right heel to the outside of your left hip. Setting up for Adva Matsyendrasana. We are mixing 2 chakras here. We're like doing a little like Manipura right now. All right, so once you've done that, try to set your left hip down. Lift your right arm up into the air. Twist over to the left hand behind you. Here again, I like this idea of, Iyengar, the master Iyengar once said, if you don't know what your big toe is doing, how can you know God? I love that quote. So that idea, like, what is my foot doing? What is my hand doing? I think that's pretty important because it's all interconnected. And so whatever the hand's doing, the shoulder's doing. Whatever the foot's doing, the hip's doing. So if you start thinking about it, not so as individual things, but as an overall thing, you can start to kind of figure out what's going on in your asana. On your inhale, come back to center, and exhale, counter twist. Inhale, come back to center, and this time move your right shin forward, open up your left knee, place your right ankle on top of your left, flex your feet. Your left foot's off your right knee. That's kind of what you want. And then dorsal flex, lift the head and chest. Yes, perfect. And then exhale, fold forward. It's different from the lotus. You're probably very used to sitting in lotus. Lotus is hard for me. Woo. That's another hip opener altogether. Different area of the hip. It's actually not the targeted area here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Lift your knees up. Extend your legs out. Now open up your legs to a wide straddle. If you want to stagger, that's perfectly fine. If you want to turn to the side, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind. But when I say wide straddle, well, how wide? What does that mean? That's kind of subjective, right? So if I find that I go out so wide that my toes are rolling back, I'm going to bring my legs in a little bit so my toes are pointing up toward the ceiling. Now, dorsal flex your feet, pull your toes back towards you, and then exhale, fold forward. You can hold on to the ankles, you can hold on to the big toes, you can hold on the outside of the feet. You can put your forearms on the ground. Wherever you would like is perfectly fine with me. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now on your inhale, lift your head and chest. Bend your knees and put the outside of your feet on the floor with your big toes lifting up. Grab your ankles and lift up through your sternum. So you're rock back and forth and see if you can find your sit bones. Yeah, you'll find those 2 bony bones in your buttocks. That's where you want to stay. You don't want to lean back on your tailbone. They do that in Pilates. I want you to stay on your sit bones. Bring your left arm underneath your left leg. Reach over to the left. Then reach your right arm up and do a little twist here. So we're going to the right first, twisting over to the right. So left arm under, right arm lifts. There you go. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now see if you can bring your right arm behind you and rotate your left shoulder, closing your left shoulder, and take your left hand behind you and come into a bind. You may need to give him a belt over there, Johanna. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good for you. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, place your left hand down as you lift your right arm up. And then exhale, reach down, grab your ankles, lift your chest up. On your inhale, bring your right arm underneath your right thigh, lift your left arm up. Look over your left shoulder. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now on your inhale, bring your left arm behind you. Rotate at your right shoulder and reach back with your right hand and come into the bind over on the right side. But you're twisting over to the left. Inhale. Exhale 1. Nice. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then inhale, place your right hand down, lift your left arm up. Then exhale, come back to center, grab your ankles. Now, lift your heels up and bring your heels to touch. Slide your forearms underneath your calves. You have to kind of fidget around a little bit to find that. Then bring your thumb and your index finger to touch in chin mudra. Your toes are going to point out. So here again, the toes are going to dorsal flex. That will help you keep up. Believe me, if you point your toes like this, it's harder. Because as soon as I contract my calf or the front of my shin, I'm able to stay up. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now keep your heels in the air. Reach out. Grab your big toes. In yogi toe lock. Keep the feet up. Now open up your legs to a wide straddle and pull your chest forward, balancing on your sit bones again. Good. Blossoming lotus. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Who could stay here all day? Inhale. Exhale 5. Nobody laughed. Bend your knees, release your toes, cross one ankle over the other, roll over your shins, step back to a plank, or do whatever you need to do if you turn to the side. Then bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Stay in cobra. Point your toes away from you and lift your hands off the floor. Now here, we've been dorsal flex, dorsal flex, dorsal flex. Now you get to plantar flex. Why? Because now the front of the body is stretching. So now the front of the shin is stretching and the calf is contracting. So it makes a totally different energetic now. And then gently come down and relax. So a lot of times, so think about it. Like when you're in back bends, the toes point a lot more unless you're trying to lift up by using the shin muscles to contract, like maybe sometimes in Dhanurasana. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles. Let's try 2 different Dhanurasanas. You'll notice something each time different happening in your hips. First, get your toes to touch. See if you get your little toes to touch. Now, with your toes touching, keep your toes touching and your toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Kick your feet back and lift up, pointing your toes toward the ceiling. And like really try to find that extension through the front by plantar flexing the feet. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Come down. So where did you feel that mostly? Anna. Front of the thighs. Let's try it. Let's try it with a dorsal flexed foot and tell me if there's any difference. So this time, bend your knees, grab your ankles, but point your toes to the wall. Not the ceiling, to the wall behind you. Yeah. Now keep your toes pointing back toward the wall behind you. The dorsal flex like you're trying to put your sole or your foot on the ceiling. Kick your feet back toward the wall and lift up. Notice if you feel something different from a pointed foot pointing toward the ceiling or dorsal flex. Plantar flex, dorsal flex, even in a back bend. Sometimes you don't even think about this kind of stuff. And then come down. What was the difference? Could you feel a difference? With the toes pointing up? So your toes are pointing up now. What did you notice the difference? More shoulder. More shoulder. One becomes more thoracic, and when you flex the foot, it becomes more thoracic and shoulders, and then when you point the toes up toward the sky, it becomes more quadricep in the front of the leg. So just by changing the flexion of the foot, you change the energetic of the asana completely. Bring your hands by your chest, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin, and the floor. Now slide forward, over. Exhale, come down, roll over onto the back. Bend the knees, tickle the heels with the fingertips. Feet or hips width distance apart, parallel. On the inhale, lift the hips to lower the middle back. Clasp the hands together in a fist underneath you. So what I like about this, because I don't know if I would call myself like, I'm not like a Jason Crandall, like Mr. Anatomy teacher. I don't think I'm very good at that. But what I do like about that little kind of anatomy is that it shows you that if you do something subtle, pointing your feet, flexing your feet, then it changes the energetic of the asana. And if it does that on a gross physical level, then imagine what a little change will do on a subtle level with something that you can't see or touch. It is totally emotional. Like flexing or pointing the foot in the gross body is, it's kind of like a tremor. Flexing or pointing the foot in the subtle body is like a tsunami. Then come down. Upward bow. You can place your hand, if you want to come into half bridge again, you can do so. Place your hands next to your head, elbows toward the ceiling, fingers toward the shoulders. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale 1. In or come up. Exhale 2. In. Exhale 3. In. Exhale, 4. In. Exhale, gently come down. Upper, middle, and lower back. Did you do it at the wall yesterday? Okay, let's spin around. It's going to be much easier at the wall. Now, put your head in between the blocks. Now, wrap your fingers around the bottom of each one. Bring yourself back a little bit. And think of moving up instead of into the floor. Okay? Place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On your inhale, lift straight up. Exhale, 1, much better. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Don't let the elbows go out so far. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin in the chest and come down the upper, the middle, lower back. Okay, let's try this. I want to try this because this may help give you just a little bit more stability. Bring this around your arms and put it right here. Now try to rip it apart. Last time, hands by the head, elbows toward the ceiling. On your inhale, come up. Now, look at there. Better, right? Exhale, 1. Now lift up from here. Exhale, 2. Yeah, good. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring your chin into your chest. Come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. Good for you. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a hug. You can make little circles on the sacrum, rocking left to right, right to left. And then a little reclining twist. Bring the knees over to the left. Extend the right arm out. If there's a variation of the legs, be my guest. Come back to center. Bring the knees over to the opposite side. Same variation. Then come back to center. And from here, you have a choice. You're at the wall. You can bring legs up the wall in Viparita Karani. You can use the wall for shoulder stand or come into shoulder stand. So whichever you choose today, you can use the wall as a proper shoulder stand. If you want to use blankets, use blankets. Good. We'll bring you away from the wall a little bit. Let's bring you away from the wall a little bit. So come off your yoga mat. So that you get a little more space. You're tall, so you need a little more space. So the idea of using yoga asana to connect these subtle energies in the body and heal them or open them up, you can call it a lot of different things. You could call it healing. You could call it opening them. You could call it reconnecting them because Kundalini is going up through them. All of those terms would be correct because you're dealing with subtle body. This is something that, science hasn't proven. It's something that's emotional and energetic and is felt. The same as like intuitives or faith healers. So in a lot of ways, it frees up the language that can be used to express this. And it means that there are many different people who say different things about it, right? In yoga, we say that we're the prana is moving through the body, and the prana is moving through the subtle body, and kundalini, unrealized self-realization energy, is moving through Sushumna Nadi. But in Chinese medicine, they call it the qi, right? The qi is moving through the body and through the nadis and energetics. You can move the qi in different ways, healing the body. They're all talking about the same thing. And in the end, what we know is that ancient people understood that there was more than just the gross body that you have. Right now, like in Western yoga, we're just obsessed with your gross body, your joints, your bones, your muscles, naming them in Latin, in a Sanskrit, in a class where you're also trying to speak Sanskrit. It's a little absurd. But when we start to really think about subtle body, we're talking about spiritual healing and healing trauma on a different level than just the gross physical body. We can use these asanas in a way that we can open up our cosmic consciousness and awareness to who we are and who others around us are. Flex the feet, let the toes come overhead, let the toes touch the floor behind the head, clasp the hands together in a fist, extend the arms. And bend the knees, reach back, hold on to the knee joint, Karnapidasana. Then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. And then once you're all the way down, if you have a little blanket underneath your shoulders, unfold your mat, move the blanket off to the side, come lay down on your back. Turn your palms to face upward. Puff up the chest, come onto the top of the head, Matsyasana fish. Then press into the elbows, bring the chin into the chest, come down. Then bring the knees into the chest, give the knees a little hug. Roll over to the left side, come into a child's seat, preparing for headstand. Now, if you would like to use the wall for headstand, just turn around and face the wall. If you don't want to use the wall, that's fine. The wall's there. I've never been one to tell somebody not to use a prop. Interlace your fingers together. Place the top of the head on the floor behind your wrist crease. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees up. And as you lift the knees up, bring the hips over the shoulders, and then bring the knees into the chest. Finally, bringing the legs up toward the sky. Coming into a little headstand practice. And it said that that headstand really is that asana that sends kundalini up to the crown of the head. Good. Try this though. Dorsal flex. Act like you're in Tadasana. Now, come in a little with your tailbone and squeeze in a little with your knees. And now push me up a little bit. Like push me away from your shoulders. So don't go into a back bend. Don't go into a back bend. Don't go into a back bend because that's what's happening. You're going into an anterior pelvic tilt. So we're going to come out of the anterior pelvic tilt. From here, push up a little bit and bring your head off the floor. In other words, don't push back and forward. Go straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Now, you seen that Barbie movie ad? Do your foot like Barbie's foot. Pull your toes back, but push through here like you're in a little high heel shoe. Don't point your toes like a ballet dancer. Push from here. Feel that difference? Good. And then everybody with control, gently come down. Rest in your child's seat. And slowly start to lift the torso up and come lay down in Shavasana. And here in Shavasana, let your body become heavy. Relax at the pelvic floor. Let the breath just breathe the body. Shavasana.
Rum. 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 Hum. 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 Yum. 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 Yum.
Gently start to deepen the breath. And by means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. And stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Bend the knees into the chest. Give the knees a hug. And then gently roll over to the right side. Just stay in a fetal position for a second. Pressing the left palm into the floor in front of you, slowly lift the torso up and come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation practice. So you can sit on blocks, that way your hips are a little higher than your knees, make you a little more comfortable. And then once you found your seat, commit to that seat, close the eyes, focus the mind. But you need something to focus on. So bring your gaze upward and inward, right into that space in between your eyebrows. And as you inhale, silently chant to yourself the mantra Om. As you exhale, silently chant to yourself the mantra Om. Inhaling Om, exhaling Om. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly to meet the hands, giving thanks and praise for the teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachings that are yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Johanna, for teaching with me. Don't forget that we have a teacher training coming up in October. If you're looking to do a teacher training, I'd love to have you in there. And I have some really cool workshops coming up for August. We're not going to do anything. September. We're not really going to do anything in August because kind of people go away workshop-wise on the weekends in August. It's vacation time. So I just find that I don't do a lot during August. There may be something little come up, but we won't do anything big. Michael Haywood is going to come back. He was in Paris for many years. He's back in New York, so he's going to come over and do the energy moving through your veins workshop. Sounds pretty cool. and we're looking to like partner up with uh, ecstatic dance and maybe doing a monthly ecstatic dance event. So with a DJ and everything. So that's kind of cool. All right. Yes, ma'am. A static dance. It's kind they have some lead movement, like there's some kind of like not little yoga, but it's like lead movement, and then the DJ kind of takes over, and it's kind of a little bit of a dance party, and then they do like some singing bowls or some stuff like that. It's a little more hippie like. It's some hippie energy. So what's that music festival in California? Huh? Not huh? It's like a Coachella kind of thing, honey. It's all Coachella. So wear your best bell bottoms.